Hello and welcome. In front of me I have got the Carado CV600 Pro camper van, and let's have a look inside of it. This is brand new. It just came off the lorry today being delivered, and so this is the first time it's been seen. Make the thing a bit brighter inside. So 6 metre camper van, widthwise bed at the back, lots of space here, and it's on a Fiat basis. This one here has absolutely got the smell of a new vehicle in it. In fact, it's a bit overpowering, the smell of being new. So you can see, all right, first of all, Fiat base. Now the one is called the CV600. I actually checked it because I knew it was CV, but then CV makes me think of Citroen. But this one's a Fiat. This Citroen vehicle's on a Fiat. Now 600 Pro. Does that mean to say that there are people who are professional campers? That's to say they do it for a living. Well, I suppose I do in a way. There's your fridge. Let's see if it opens. It does. And that's how big it is inside. Nice big countertop here to work with, and I like this kitchen block because there is quite a lot of space there for keeping things in, and below as well. Now here, this is pretty standard. 2 burners and a sink. That's the same as you'd find in a vehicle from 20 years ago. Here we've got a space for your coat. We've got below this, we have got a wardrobe, and that's a bit more unusual, having a wardrobe down here. And here we have got the washroom. That's quite a large washroom, I would say. 6 metre van, Fiat Ducato. There's quite a lot of space in there, isn't it? There, I'll come in, and so there's me. Okay, when you're sort of standing up in the shower, maybe you can move this toilet actually to one side a bit. Gets a few millimeters extra of space there. As I recall, there's only one drainage point in this vehicle. Let's come out to the back. So we've got this bed here, which I think you'd agree is pretty enormous. Note, it comes in with three mattresses, and the reason for that is that each individual part of this will lift up if it's necessary, so you can actually put the bed up like that if you want to sort of store a bicycle or something like that inside, or carry other stuff inside. Storage round the sides, quite deep, although not much of a ledge on that. The windows, however, at least this one, is really big, and so they're more standard size, but there's lots of light in here, which I think is a really positive feature. Up here we've got, there you go, also these ones seem to be a bit deeper than you normally get within a camper van. Now I've had one viewer, or more than one viewer, asking about sitting up in bed, and I've been meaning to do a video on how I do it in my van to sit up in bed. But in something like this though, it's quite straightforward. And the thing was about, doesn't anybody sit up in bed drinking coffee in the morning reading a book? That was the question. I don't take coffee to bed, but in this case at least you've got somewhere for it to stand as you're sitting up in bed. This system here is manufactured by a company near Gunsberg, the Kippur system, Kiippur, which I think is particularly brilliant. I thought it was particularly brilliant when I went to their factory in 2016, and now all these years later, I'm glad to see that there are lots of motorhome manufacturers putting this system inside. These things are really very, very tough. And in my case, when I put something that was far too big, what happened was, it wasn't this that broke, it pulled out of the wall. So it's really a very tough piece of kit. This is something also we've seen in a number of vehicles recently. So something just to hang things from. Note the very same thing is in the Hymer Venture S, a vehicle which costs €250,000. And on the subject of how much this thing here costs, well, I'm going to have to direct you to the information in the description, because at the time of doing this I don't know, although I've possibly put it in the title. Okay, here is the table, quite large. It sort of is even an extension to it. Under the table there is a plug, and that's sort of thing often that's missed. That's normally the first place you have to ask somebody to put plugs in for you, but here it's there, and it's in there directly. And down here we've got the fuses, but here or the fuse box I should say, here we've got the Truma frost control. So that's if you need to dump your water, then that's how you do it. 2 gas controls. The reason for that is not 3, is because the fridge is electric, so that's for your cooking and for your heating. Now there is something I want to say about the fridge being electric, is this: it's that if you can hear it a little bit, so if you're, having said that, with these new ones they're getting really very, very quiet. But if you're sort of bothered by any slight noises at night, then you might want to think of a 3-way fridge. But in my opinion, it doesn't bother me, and I've got an older fridge. So, but then again, you're not me. This bit under the bed comes out. So if you need to put anything which is longer, like a ladder or something, I don't know what else you might be carrying, uncoiled snake, whatever, then this thing here will come out. For the moment, that's there. That's there to put your foot in as you go into bed, if you can't sort of manage to get in without putting your foot in, that is. Up here, I've got storage for bedding or something of that nature, and I'll show you the depth of this one as well. Let's have a look around the back. Oh, so there's a step there. I didn't put it out. Often don't put it out when I'm doing videos. Right, so let's have a look at the back here. So this one here comes with a rack for 2 bicycles. Of course, this is a 2-person vehicle. I don't think you'd want to put any more people than 2 in here. And this shows the amount of space you've got down there. We've got the gas cupboard here, and what the gas cupboard has, which is quite new, is these these vents below it, so you can get 2 full-size gas bottles in there. To give you an idea, I've just changed the gas bottle. I got it in January, and I'm living in my van. Okay, during winter, a little bit of the winter, I wasn't in my van. I was elsewhere, so it's minus a month, but all the same, it lasts me ages. I do appreciate, and I do all my own cooking. I don't eat out. I hardly ever eat out anyway, unless I'm with somebody. But if I'm by myself, I never eat out. So anyway, that gives an idea. Here, I'll show you this as well. Move these things out the way, and this, of course, will lift up very easily, very, very light. And should you want to actually keep something down there, or you can do so. Note also that the mattress is contoured for the shape of the wall. So put that in there. That's a nice little feature, I think. Close this. In the past, I've called things like this a basic camper van, but I don't think this is a basic camper van, because it's got a lot of extra features. The colours also are quite interesting. Depends what you want, of course. There's no accounting for taste, so maybe you don't really fancy the colour at all. But anyway, good, thanks very much for watching. There's more details in the description. As always, I encourage you to look at the description, and there you'll find more information about the vehicle. Sometimes it is quite difficult to remember everything off the top of my head. Anyway though, for the moment, thanks so much for being here with me and watching. And this is the largest selection of motorhomes and camper vans on any channel on YouTube. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, you might want to subscribe. For the moment, all the best from me in Heilbronn, Germany.